at Potawatomi. This June, go head-to-head with your fellow club members for a chance at your share of $200,000 in cash. Play with your club card for entries. Hourly drawings on June 6th and 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. Each drawing, 2 winners split $20,000. Cash battles at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. It's the biggest cash bash of the summer. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
Dear baseball fans, Toyota's 2024 lineup is a grand slam. Leading off, the RAV4, a utility player that's not afraid to get dirty. On deck, the roomy Highlander, followed by the fuel-efficient Corolla. Next up is our slugger, the rugged new Tacoma. And rounding out the order, the stylish Camry. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealership. Toyota, let's go places.
Members of LIUNA are the most diverse trade in Wisconsin's construction industry, partnering with over 900 contractors to meet the demand for a skilled, safe, and productive workforce. Their union members construct roads, bridges, buildings, sewer and water lines, and energy infrastructure. Feel the power of a career as a member of the Wisconsin Laborers District Council, where you will earn great union wages, health care, and a pension. Learn why you are worth so much more by visiting liunawisconsin.org. LIUNA Wisconsin.org.
Covering the Crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. Here is your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
All that for that? All of that. Everything you did in that ninth inning. For that. Just took it right in the gut. The old Pyomps. Man, he looked so good. And then Jake Cronenworth took him deep with 2 strikes and 2 outs. That was the theme of the night. Homers with 2 strikes and 2 outs. It's actually kind of wonky when you sit down and look at it. Every single homer, with the exception of Tatis, was with 2 strikes and 2 outs. But Tatis, his homer came with 2 strikes as well. 4 homers for the Padres. And if I just told you that at the start of the game, hey, the Padres are going to get 4 homers tonight. I'm like, phew, how bad are we going to lose by? They got it to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Brewers lose 7-6 in walk-off fashion to the Padres to open up a 4-game set over the weekend. I'm Dominic Cotroneo, flying solo again tonight. Man, the 2-strike, 2-out homers. That's the story that I'm going to remember from this game. Especially the backbreakers in the first inning. We'll break down the entire first inning in the next segment. The bad luck with Yelly losing a ball in the lights that had provided an insurance run for the Padres. The Brewers' woes again with runners in scoring position. But then Reese coming through, his first hit in over a month with runner in scoring position. He's now 1 for his last 18. He had been 0 for his last 17 before that at-bat when he hit the game-tying double in the 9th inning off of Jeremiah Estrada. And then Bryce Wilson, aside from the first inning, pitched great tonight until he gave it up to Fernando Tatis. But even then, Tatis had himself a night, 4 for 5. When I look at with this team, with the Brewers, it's like you can see a game like today and you can be frustrated for sure. You can be like, what's going on? But at the same time, you can go on the other hand, like there are tangible things they're not doing well that you know they will do well. Hitting with runners in scoring position is 1. Rhys Hoskins being in maybe the coldest stretch of his career right now is 2. William Contreras being in the coldest stretch of the last 2 years is 1 as well. That's something that's kind of been under the radar, and I'll talk about that a little bit tonight. And you forced a bottom of the 9th inning in a game that Bryce Wilson did not get out of the 5th. Jared Koenig threw 4 outs. Hobie Milner would have not allowed a run if it wasn't for the light ball and quite frankly, Andy Fletcher, the home plate umpire. Bradley Blaylock made his big league debut, and he had to work for it in the 8th inning, but he left a man stranded. And at that time, the Brewers were down 6-4, And then off the deck, they face Jeremiah Estrada, who struck out more than 50% of his batters, who's got a splitter that looks like Devin Williams' airbender changeup, and the Brewers got to him. Just all over the place. You can say with certainty the Brewers are not playing their best right now, and here they are in every game, making comebacks, facing a tough team. I think the Padres are certainly underperforming, and they're still under 500. But at the end of the day, the Brewers are going to have to turn this ship around with runners in scoring position sooner as opposed to later. Again, this stretch goes back to last Monday to start the series against Toronto. Including tonight, they're now 11 for their last 88. That is a 125 batting average with runners in scoring position. They only have 4 extra base hits out of 88 at-bats. That's not even including walks, mind you. Okay? 4 extra base hits. The fourth coming tonight with the double by Rhys Hoskins in the 9th inning. 125 over a 10-game stretch. Call it a 10-game stretch, wrap it up from there, and move on. That's what it's got to be for the Brewers. Tonight was only the 3rd time in the last 10 games that they even had multiple hits with runners in scoring position. The Rhys double in the 9th inning was the second hit of the game with a runner in scoring position. The other was Bryce Terang's RBI single in the 8th inning. If there's a positive to glean from this game tonight, is that each day leads to the next. And you have seen a lot of the bullpen for the Padres. Jeremiah Estrada will certainly be down tomorrow. Heck, he might be down on Saturday as well. Robert Suarez might need to throw again tomorrow, but he wasn't available tonight. I'm going 3 days in a row. They gave it to Estrada, and he blew it. You saw the key arms like Matsui and De Los Santos and Peralta. They really made Peralta work. He might be down until Sunday. So that's the silver lining from this one tonight. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. Late night Brewers come through again. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Let's break down the pivotal first inning. What went right, what went wrong for Bryce Wilson and for the Brewers offense as they fall 7-6 in walk-off fashion to the Padres right here on 620 WTMJ.
The Brewers Sunday Funday Bundle is your new way to brunch this summer. Get tickets, food, beverages, and parking for up to 15 people, starting at $62. Get yours at brewers.com/funday.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My home is my happy place. It's happier thanks to CertaPro Painters. They painted the exterior of our house. It was quick. It was easy. You can schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's CertaPro with a C. Estimates are easy. Estimates are accurate. They clean up. CertaPro Painters are the real deal. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
As you age, you start noticing pain in your joints that didn't used to be there. But you don't have to live in pain. When joint pain becomes a reality, schedule your free pain evaluation with Rejuvenex. We'll find where your pain lives and inject powerful, FDA-approved medicines that reduce inflammation and pain while improving mobility in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees, with some patients experiencing relief for greater than 2 years before repeating the process. While treatments like stem cells can cost close to $10,000 per joint, at Rejuvenex, the cost for your injection can be as low as $65, and almost all major insurance plans cover our treatments, so you may not have to pay anything at all. Call us now to schedule your free pain evaluation, because I'm pretty sure we can help you. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics, where we can alleviate your pain and rejuvenate your life. Go to Rejuvenex.com to request your free pain evaluation.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
855-616-1620. Again, 855-616-1620. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Brewers fall 7-6. The Crone Zone once again comes through for the Padres. Brewers Extra Innings all season long is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. With a local Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank also knows how to hit it out of the park. They've been serving businesses in the area for nearly 15 years, offering industry-specific expertise and local decision-making capabilities to help your business succeed. It's commercial banking value that only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association, member FDIC. So this segment, let's break down the first inning. The Brewers are going up against a rookie in Adam Major. He is here in place because the two key starters for the Padres are injured right now in Joe Musgrove and Yu Darvish. By the way, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers beat up on Yu Darvish in a rehab outing tonight in Fort Wayne, but I digress. This game literally started with a double. Bryce Terang leading off the game with a double, setting the tone. So love to see that. Bryce saying, all right, get him hot again and good things will happen. Bryce had 3 hits tonight, mind you. William Contreras, and I'm going to spend another segment talking about William. He grounded out. William tonight went 0 for 4 with a walk. Only 1 ball left the infield for him. Christian Yelich, with a man on third and the infield in and 2 strikes on him, put the ball in play. And Terang, fastest guy on your team, send him home. Contact play is on. Notice how a lot of people were not in my Twitter mentions since the contact play worked there. Arise came home with the play. It was too late. Terang slides in safely, run scores. I was really surprised that the Padres went infield in the top of the first inning. But their call, whatever, especially Terang being the runner. But the Brewers score in the first inning, and they kept adding on. Fielder's choice for Yelich, so he's aboard. Adames singled. He had a good night. Sal Frelick then walks. Bases loaded, 1 out, Rhys Hoskins coming up. One thing about Major, walks are his problem. He came into tonight with more walks than innings pitched in the big leagues, and he added a few more walks to his ledger tonight. But patience is one thing, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you don't not just up there being a statue. You need to swing at pitches. And Rhys is a guy that walks are only going to do so much for a guy like him in a slump. And we know about the Brewers with the bases loaded. They're the worst team in baseball. Literally, that is statistically factual. They are the worst team in baseball with the bases loaded now. That Rhys needed to get something going. And he pulls a ground ball to the left side. Nice play by Machado. Bad throw to second. Great turn by Cronenworth. And they get Rhys, who's not the fleetest of foot. That was the first of many gut punches on the night. That made it a 5-4-3 round the horn double play with the bases loaded and 1 out. And when you could have had a really big inning against a rookie, set the tone to open the scoring. But you know what? It's okay. You got 1. Let's not overreact. Let's see what Bryce Wilson can do in the bottom half of the first inning. And what does he do? A leadoff walk. Those are the ones you're like, Again, the taser, in the words of Pat Murphy. But then you allow a single to Fernando Tatis Jr. And I want to say, the top 6 of this Padres lineup, legit, freaky, scary. Arise, Tatis, Profar, Cronenworth, Machado, Merrill. That is a really darn good top 6. And it's going to be their top 6 for a long time. They're all locked up. So first 2 batters are aboard. First and second, nobody out against Bryce, who's not really a ground ball pitcher. And the thing to remember about Bryce, the splits are drastic. Lefties are hitting 300 against him. Righties in the barely above 200, or barely below 200, I should say. A lot of folks were asking, why not use the opener today? Why not use Jared Koenig? For Arise, it does not matter to have a lefty or a righty. He is going to generally make contact against you. Tatis, you don't want a lefty against him. Profar has more power batting right-handed than he does left-handed. So that's all 3 of the first 3 batters of the game that ideally Koenig would be facing that you do not have the advantage on, at least on paper. That's why the Brewers decided to let it roll with Bryce Wilson. And I know you have the switch hitter and 2 lefties, and then you're maybe thinking, oh, Dom, you got the lefties right there. And he said, well, I don't. Profar has been a great story this year for the Padres. And what does Bryce do? He strikes him out on 9 pitches. The Brewers really kind of kept Profar in check until that sunball in the 7th inning. So now a ground ball could end the inning. And that's significant because the next batter was Cronenworth. And how fitting was it that he's the guy who won the game, given he got the gift that even gave them a chance to win in the first inning. Ground ball to second. Should have been a double play. Point blank, simple, no doubt about it. Big leaguers make that a double play. But Bryce Terang was human for a rare time this year. And you saw him wearing it out there on the field because he bobbled the ball on a ground ball that should have been a double play. They got the out at second, so it's not technically an error, but they weren't able to get the double play. So you're thinking, okay, second and third, 2 outs, tough task coming up with Machado. Still nobody is in yet. It's still 1-0 Brewers at this point. Bryce gets ahead of Machado 0-2. This is where the game changed. You're thinking, okay, hang it in there. It's going to be all right. Maybe you can get Manny because he's dealing with some hip issues. He's dealing with a lot of injuries right now, and he's playing through it for the Padres. And he leaves a four-seamer catching too much of the outer third. It caught too much plate. For a four-seam fastball to be belt high on 0-2, it better be off the plate. It better be moving your feet in or in the other batter's box. But obviously Bryce made a mistake, and Manny Machado hits an opposite field 3-run homer on an 0-2 two-out pitch. Backbreaker. Then Bryce responds by getting ahead of Merrill 0-2, and he throws a down and in curveball that quite frankly was a good pitch. And Merrill somehow dropped his barrel on it for a solo homer, and they go back-to-back. Merrill is white hot right now. His 6th homer in his last 8 games, something that no rookie under the age of 21 has done since Williams. Pretty good company. That one courtesy of Elias. You blink, and it's 4-1 Padres after a failed double play and back-to-back 0-2 two-out homers. Because then, after 34 pitches in the first inning from Bryce Wilson, he pitched great. And aside from the solo homer to Fernando Tatis, I think all of that work in the first inning started to catch up to him in the 5th, that 3rd time through the order. He faced 23 batters tonight, did Bryce Wilson. 14 of them swung at the first pitch. They had a game plan against Bryce. Now, not all of those 14 swings were put in play, but 61% of the time, swinging at the first pitch is a totally concerted game plan. I lost the word there for a second. And the Padres kept him on his toes all night, but yet in the 2nd inning, 13 pitches. In the 3rd inning, 8 pitches. In the 4th inning, 8 pitches. He got the first out on 3 pitches in the 5th on a rise. He got ahead of him 0-2. Got ahead of Tatis 0-2 before his eventual home run on a 1-2 count. So the theme here is not being able to put away guys. Then Profar flied out on the first pitch. Cronenworth singled on a broken bat flare on the first pitch. Machado swung at the first pitch but fouled it off before eventually singling and chasing Bryce out of this game. All of that work in the first inning that could have been erased, he threw 34 pitches. 17 of them were after the failed double play. You sit here and wonder, and I'm not absolving him, given he was ahead of 0-2 on multiple batters before giving up home runs on them. But I'm just saying, you sit here and wonder, man, if the Brewers defense did what they normally do, maybe it's a completely different game tonight. And furthermore, maybe if the Brewers finally get a hit with the bases loaded, it's 3-0 after the top of the first inning. What ifs? That's baseball, Susan, in the words of John Sterling. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Text here from the Bay Area, the 510. Bummer. This game was still a blast to watch, though a lot of positive things to say. Adames homer, Stiller plays from Ortiz and Black. Terrain gets 3 knocks. Bauer's a pinch hit. Hoskins in the clutch. One of the standout games of the season. Let's get him tomorrow. Yeah, this was a great game. No doubt about it. It was a fantastic game of baseball. Let's talk some positives. Talk a little bit of the bullpen, too. They were great. Then William a little bit later. Here on your home of the Brewers. Brewers fall 7-6, 620 WTMJ.
I'm Jim Token, president of the Automobile Dealers Association of Metro Milwaukee. Nobody can keep your car running smoothly like an Adam new car dealer. Adam service technicians are factory trained and use original factory parts backed by a warranty. Best of all, you'll find competitive pricing equal to or even lower than independent shops. A well-maintained car delivers maximum gas mileage and saves you money. Call an Adam dealer today because you're always better off at an Adam new car dealer.
Get an oil change and safety inspection today.
One day, a 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission structure will be commonplace. But for now, it's not the case. So you can pay 6% for what we can do for about half that, or you can pay less for full service. For some, it's hard to believe, but for our customers, they know it to be true. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, and our agents understand the meaning of great customer service. And you'll see they're the cream of the crop. So don't pay more than you have to. Pay less for full service with Benefit Realty. Benefit-realty.com. The reviews are in, and folks seem to like how we do business. And what's more, they can't get over the level of service and real estate expertise they get for far less than what they'd pay an agent from a big-name company. At 3.5 to 3.9%, you'll save up to nearly 50% in commission by choosing a Benefit Realty full-service agent. Everything they do, we do, for up to 50% less. There's no catch. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where you pay less for full service. See our success stories at benefit-realty.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
I tell you what, watching back the Rhys Hoskins double, he almost got it. He almost got it. That would have obviously flipped the scoreboard. And the thing that is lost, as I really only broke down the first inning there, talking about the late stage of the comeback for the Brewers. The Brewers had a man on second and one out, and Monasterio, who had come in for Black, struck out, and Ortiz, who's not a strikeout guy, struck out 3 times tonight. He was not himself this evening. I was a little surprised to see Black get the short end of the stick against Wandy Peralta. Wandy Peralta this year has reverse splits. Not for his career. And I know the Brewers live and die by the splits and by the platoons. I just would have liked to seen Tyler Black. That's all. And just let it go, because you didn't know who was behind him. You only had righties once you got through Wandy Peralta. So you were going to lose the platoon advantage later in the game. Let him survive that a bet. Maybe he works a walk, see what happens. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and be armchair manager. I don't like doing that. But that was one, because then also I would have liked to have seen Sal Frelick get an AB there against Peralta for the same reason, the reverse splits. Gary went down on 3 pitches. I don't know. I don't know if that would have made that much of a difference, because like I said, I think this game was won and lost in the first inning, when the Brewers weren't able to add on in the top of the first and then giving up 4 runs at the bottom of the first. But again, the Brewers had a man on second and one out, and they couldn't even make contact. That was huge in the top of the 9th inning. But don't even make contact. It's not like Jeremiah Estrada was up there throwing 90 miles an hour or nothing. No, he was throwing 90-mile-an-hour splitters. That was disgusting. Really disgusting stuff from Jeremiah Estrada. Some positives, though, was Willy Adames. Willie reached base 3 times, including a 2-run homer to dead center field with 2 outs and 2 strikes. You know how hard it is to go a yard in a night game in San Diego to dead center field? Really hard. We look at a thing called park factors, where we can just take all the data into play, where it's an observed effect of each stat in a ballpark. So like homers, on-base percentage, you get more strikeouts, and it's all a park-specific number. You look at each batter, each pitcher, righties, lefties, and you can compare the frequency of any stat. I'm reading this straight from StatCast. Compared to the performance of these players in other ballparks. For example, 2018 to 2020, the Great American Ballpark gave up a park factor of 135 for home runs. It doesn't mean the Reds hit 35% more homers at home. It meant that for batters and pitchers who played at both Great American Ballpark and elsewhere, 35% more home runs were hit at Great American Ballpark. So what does that mean for San Diego? It is a league average park for home runs. A 102. Again, 100 is league average. But their overall park factor of the regular ballparks, it is 28th. Only the Mets and the Mariners are harder parks to hit in baseball over the last 3 years. So it is hard to hit a ball out to dead center field for Willy Adames. That was super impressive from him. He's starting to heat back up. I'm a little concerned about Contreras, though. We'll talk about him coming up next. But other positives from this one. A lot of walks, once again. That's part of the Brewers' game plan, is that they continue to get pressure. I know this is getting old with the runners in scoring position, but I'm encouraged by the fact that they continue to get guys aboard. It's not like they're going 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Maybe it makes it more frustrating that they're going 2 for 11 and they're leaving 11 guys on base. But they drew 8 more walks tonight. I like what I'm seeing from the offense, getting on base, creating havoc. They didn't steal a base tonight, though. That's something worth noting, too. The Padres did a good job of holding runners. Mentioned Turang having 3 hits tonight, including an RBI and a run scored. Rhys Hoskins breaking his slump. The only starter that did not reach base was Blake Perkins. I beg your pardon, he drew a walk there in that 8th inning. Every starter reached base for the Brewers tonight. So that's certainly a positive. Jared Koenig was great again. That's a positive. 4 up, 4 down. He was touching 98 tonight against San Diego. He was a farmhand for them briefly. Hobie Milner pitched fine, aside from the sunball or the light ball double that Yelly got lost. I don't want to just sit here and say it was all because of the strike zone. There were strike zones that were bad, straight up bad. And Andy Fletcher had a bad night. But Andy Fletcher was not the reason the Brewers lost this game. He just wasn't. Did he stink tonight? Yes. He wasn't the reason the Brewers lost, so let's not go there this evening. Let's talk about William. We got to talk about William, have a real conversation about William. That's coming up next, 620 WTMJ.
More than just the headlines.
A developing story this afternoon.
The stories that matter to you.
Here's what we know. The police chief tells me.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
There's an amazing supper club in Wisconsin Dells, Ish Nala, nestled among the pines and perched above the sandstone bluffs of Mirror Lake. The beauty, the history, the service, the food, the fun. Hi, this is Bob Prosser, owner of Ish Nala Supper Club in Wisconsin Dells. I've been a part of Ish Nala since 1973, and I am so proud to continue the tradition that began in 1953. Why not enjoy a brandy old-fashioned in one of our bars, each with a spectacular view overlooking Mirror Lake, or just relax before or after dinner on one of our outdoor decks. Our Ish Nala chefs have prepared your favorites: 24-ounce ribeye, cold water lobster tails, North Atlantic salmon, and of course, Ish Nala's roast duck. Thank you for making Ish Nala Wisconsin's favorite supper club, where the only thing we overlook is Mirror Lake. I'm Bob Prosser, and I want to serve you.
Each day there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely, and you feel better when you can, but you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back, but it's always short-lived. And all the while in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Brewers lose in walk-off fashion 7-6 to the Padres. I'm Dominic Cotroneo. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. Thunderstorms can happen at any time in Wisconsin, and as an authorized Generac dealer, Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical can save you $1,500 on a whole home generator. You can visit cider.com today. That's SEIDER.com. Let's have the William conversation. This is not including tonight the numbers I'm going to read, but there are a few things that I am worrying about with William right now. Number one is the ground ball rate. The ground ball rate is going up. His rate by month, 54% in April, 48% in May, so it went down by 6 points. But now it is up to 65% before tonight. So that's 12 points higher than it was in April. That means if you give him 10, if he puts 10 balls in play, 6 of them are ground balls. That's alarming. When it comes to hard hit rate, it has taken a slight downturn, more than slight, 12 points down from May to June, 56% to 44%. And as I'm doing this live on the radio, I'm tapping around his Baseball Savant page right now. I'm going to go ahead and try and see if I can see his bat speed by month to see if he's slowing down there. Because this is one of the things that we were afraid of. And we can all be admirable about a guy playing every day. And I think I've been pretty consistent in saying it's not sustainable. You can't have your primary catcher catch every single day. And I know they wanted that record, which is cool to say, but now the credit card is coming due. All that interest is starting to stack up now. And you're looking at it, man, it's just, can it be too much? Like, I know the Brewers are asking a lot out of him, and they have got it, quite frankly. He has been super impressive. But as I look at this month by month for William Contreras, his average bat speed, and pulling it up now, it was 74 in April, 76 in May. It's 75 here in June, so that's not really a ton. Swing length is all the same, so nothing popped up there. But again, the ground ball rate is what is alarming me. It's not like he's suddenly swinging, missing a lot more. He's just simply hitting more ground balls. And getting clocked in the head the other day certainly isn't going to help taking a few days off. But I also said this the other night. He hit a speed bump about this time last season, too. And then he broke his way out of it and hit his way out of it, quite frankly, and got things going. He's still a super valuable player. He is still, just a hot two-week stretch away from everyone saying, okay, he's going to be fine. But as I'm pulling up his career splits in June for his career, it is the worst month of his career. His OPS for his career in June is 650. His batting average is 232. You know what it is in July? 309 and 867. Last season in June, he hit 238. Right now, he's hitting 234. Last season in July, he was only hitting he hit 365 in July with a 955 OPS. He had 13 extra base hits in July. Whereas in June last year, he only had 7. So maybe it's just sort of a hamster wheel sort of situation, and he'll get back on track here soon. But that's something I'm really monitoring for the Brewers. Him going 0 for 4 in the 2 spot with just a walk. And the walk was in a big moment, mind you. I don't mind the walk, but they need him to be doing damage. And not getting it for him is part of the reason why the Brewers have been struggling with runners in scoring position. Let's hear from the manager coming up next, Pat Murphy. The Brewers lose a tough one, but there were some stuff to highlight, and as a baseball junkie like he is, I'm sure he found something to enjoy out of this one. 7-6 and walk-off loss to the Padres. Back with more after this on WTMJ.
Change the way you do business and take more control of the payment process with Fifth Third Bank's Treasury Management Solutions. Their market expertise and managed services streamline the entire payment process and integrate with your existing systems, giving you more control than ever. With their suite of payment solutions, you will soon recognize new revenue sources that can save time, offset operating costs, and improve the bottom line, all customized for your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Brat Fest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture. It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
You're listening to Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank on WTMJ.
The Crone Zone. I don't want to be in it. The Padres, by the way, are the first team, or have tied a Major League record to have 3 consecutive home walk-off homers, right? So their last 2 games before their road trip against the A's were walk-off homers. Kyle Higashioka and Jackson Merrill. Tonight, Jake Cronenworth. Crazy. What a stat. Here's the manager, Pat Murphy, after tonight's loss.
Yeah, no question. It was back and forth. I mean, a lot happened in this game, but they turned a big double play there at a big time on the ball down. Great play. Ball down third. It was it. We lost the ball in the lights that you can't do anything about. That was a run. We didn't turn a double play when we normally do, but you can look back at that. Yeah, I mean, we walked the leadoff hitter to open the game, 4 pitches that scored. We gave up 2 0-2 home runs. Very unusual, back-to-back. I've never seen that in 40-plus years of baseball. 0-2 count, 2 homers, back-to-back. But we did a lot of great things that, came up clutch there at the clutch time. Hoskins and so many great at-bats there at the end to put us in that position. Bowers off the bench, big hit, and Hoskins' ball almost goes out. So it was a good battle. It's tough when you don't come out on top, but I'm proud of our guys to put ourselves in a position, after that first inning, and put ourselves in a position to hang in there. And
Reese has really been scuffling in June. Was it nice to see him be able to come through in that situation?
Say that again.
He's really been scuffling
in
June. I know he drove in the run yesterday too.
He's not swinging it the way he wants to, but I think if you evaluate, I mean, he sacrificed fly and an RBI, or a sacrifice fly and a sharp single yesterday up the middle, and the day before that he had a base hit to left and a walk. We can be really critical of that. You say really scuffling. He's not swinging the bat the way he's capable, but again, there was some line drives caught. There was some, I'm not making excuses for him. He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy how he's swinging it, but at the same time, he has done some good things like last night. But it's a big one tonight, big one.
Do you think that might go out off the bat, or?
I didn't know. I thought, I've been in this park a lot, so I know sometimes the ball flies, sometimes it doesn't. But I know you got to hit it at night. You got to hit it, and I thought, it was. I thought it had a chance. Hit off the wall.
It looks like it kind of went over his head. I thought it hit his glove, but it just landed over his glove and kind of glanced off the wall.
How tough is that sequence to Cronenworth too? The longer he gets into the at bat and.
I mean, he's a really good big game player, and I thought Joel was throwing the ball really well, and that he put a good swing on a strike. He had to be a strike to not put the guy on, and put a good swing on it, and credit goes to him.
How did you see Billy settle in after that long first inning?
Yeah, no, I wasn't super pleased with how he threw the ball, but he did get us some outs, and again, the leadoff walk and 2 0-2 home runs put us really behind the 8 ball. But to his credit, he came back and battled and gave us all he could. got through, got 15 outs for us. And but again, 5 runs and 15 outs is not what we're looking for here. 3 home runs.
That scoreless inning by Blaylock turned out to be pretty big. Kept it at 2.
Really happy for that young man. Very, very happy for that young man. Very happy for him. Big situation for him. Yeah.
Yeah, huge. It turned out to matter. Highlights coming up next on 620 WTMJ.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, Cider.com.
Drive into summer with a beautiful new car from the International Autos Group. Get spectacular savings of up to $20,000, and 0.9% financing is available for 60 months. Every model in our 2,000 car inventory is priced to sell. The International Autos Group, Milwaukee, Waukesha, Sheboygan, and Brown Deer. Or at IAAutogroup.com, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Financing with approved credit, $1,709 per month per $1,000 financed on select models.
Gorgeous new roofs, showstopper siding, or classic brick and stonework. How about modern windows and regal doors that'll make your chin hit the floor? To a lot of people, having these things can really make them enjoy where they live. It makes them proud. But there's always one thing standing in the way. How do I make that happen? At Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, we have excellent financing options for most people in most situations. 12 months, no interest, no payments, and exceptional rates for long-term loans that will beat your bank with no additional fees or hidden costs. You can go to SemperfiRoofing.com to apply for your pre-approval today. We want to make any project affordable to almost any person, and we've gone out of our way to find partners that can help make it happen for you. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semperfi.
Ask about our finance options.
Take a step toward bringing our country and community together. Start a meaningful conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ. Ready for this?
Get up!
This?
Get up!
And this?
Get out of here! Go!
Time for tonight's highlights. Here's Dominic Cotroneo.
First of a 4-game set with the San Diego Padres from Petco Park. Bryce Wilson getting the start for the Crew against rookie Adam Major. And the Brewers got off to a quick start against the rookie. A leadoff double from Terrain, got to third on a ground out, and Yelich was at the plate.
Here it is. And a chopper towards first. That is a fair ball. They're coming home. Terrain slides. He's safe. And Yelich is safe at first base. Great jump on that chopper up the first baseline by Bryce Terang, and he beat the play at home.
Jeff Levering on the call. Brewers open up the scoring in the first inning for the third straight game. In fact, they would load the bases later in the first, but end up grounding into a double play off of Rhys Hoskins' bat. In the bottom of the first, it was the worst-case scenario. They failed to turn an inning-ending double play from Bryce Terang. It turned out to be a fielder's choice. Then back-to-back 0-2 count home runs. A 3-run shot from Machado and a solo from Jackson Merrill, and it was 4-1 Padres. You fast forward, though, to the top of the 5th inning. Bryce Wilson had kept the Brewers in this game. The Brewers getting a 2-out rally of their own. A single from Yelich, followed up by Willie Adames.
And the pitch. And a fly ball to deep center. Back is Merrill. Still back. It's gone. Straightaway center field for Willie Adames, his 13th home run. And just like that, it's a 1-run game.
Finally felt like the Brewers were in it there, down 4-3, but then in the bottom of the 5th inning, they failed to get the shutdown frame once again, as Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a 440-foot no-doubt blast to left, so it restored a 2-run lead for the Padres. They lead 6-4. The Brewers had an opportunity in the 7th. They left the bases loaded. They had an opportunity in the 8th after a back-to-back 2-out walks, and Bryce Terang trying to cash in.
1-1. Good speed on the bases. The pitch. Line drive left field and down. Peralta stops it. Ortiz is trying to score. Goes all the way through. It's not in time. It's an RBI single for Bryce Terang.
And then finally in the 9th inning, one more opportunity against Jeremiah Estrada. And it all began with a leadoff walk. Adames would strike out for the first out. Jake Bauers would pull a pinch hit single. That put runners on first and second. Then a wild pitch would score Christian Yelich. So now the tying run is on second base with 1 out, and the most scuffling hitter on the team, Hoskins, at the plate.
2-2 on Hoskins. Estrada checks his runner and throws. Line drive, deep left, it is up, it is off the wall. Bauers scores. Hoskins into second with an RBI double to tie the game. His first hit with a man in scoring position since May 11th. And Hoskins delivers on a pitch that was shoulder high.
That was huge from Reese. It was a Jeff Levering highlight show tonight, but in the 9th, it would be a walk-off homer from Jake Cronenworth off of Yoel Payamps, and the Brewers fall 7-6. We'll say goodnight after this on WTMJ.
The home of the Bucks.
Giannis, who will staple another one through on another alley-oop. The great freak continues to do freakish things.
News Radio 620 WTMJ.
A Brewers group outing is the best way to celebrate any special occasion. You can count on the Brewers to host an event your crew won't forget. Brewers account reps make your day at the ballpark a breeze. Start planning your group outing now at brewers.com/groups.
Brake issues, electrical issues, four-wheel drive issues, exhaust issues, and even my car just won't start issues.
You name it, we fixed it.
So the next time you're due for service, drive it on into Richlands and let our ASE certified technicians get you fixed up and safely back on the road.
Nothing warms my heart more than seeing our customers drive out of here with big old smiles on their faces. And all the credit goes to our staff, the most friendly, honest, hard-working, knowledgeable people in the business.
5 conveniently located facilities, all AAA approved.
And all staffed by ASE certified technicians, ready to provide you with top-notch service.
And after your vehicle's been serviced, drop us a Google review and let us know how we did.
Because a Google review from you goes a long way. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here. We've made it to that wonderful time in Wisconsin when everyone likes to be outside. The gardening, the golfing, the swimming, but not you, because your knee hurts or your hips are bothering you and you don't want to do anything that could mean needing surgery. Hey, I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need surgery to feel better. That's where QC Kinetics comes in. Non-surgical joint pain relief is a thing. It's here. It's happening at QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, lasting joint relief with no surgery, no drugs, and get this, no downtime. Stop putting it off. Take action now and live your best life again. Get outside this summer. Call QC Kinetics. Here's the number, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today and live your best life again.
This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
I've got 30 seconds left here in the program. Get ready to say goodnight. Same time, same place tomorrow. Hopefully a quicker and better result as well. Game starts at 8:40. Our coverage will begin at 8:05 Central Time right here on WTMJ, and I've got you for post-game once again tomorrow. Saturday is an odd time, 5 o'clock air, 6:15 first pitch. Sunday, 2 o'clock air, 3:10 first pitch. My thanks to Matt Yazel, our producer. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Keep on swinging.
3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission. You can't find a lower rate of commission, and you won't be able to find better knowledge, service, and real estate expertise than you'll find with our agents at Benefit Realty. Because I know that's what you expect.